Today we're going to find out more about the Roots and Blues Music Festival in 2016. We're here with the festival's founder and organizer, Rich Ruoff, and the operations director, Sam Campbell. So Rich and Sam, for those who are unfamiliar, can you explain what Roots and Blues is?
Sure, I'll be happy to. Lancaster Roots and Blues is an annual music festival held in downtown Lancaster, of course. We do it every winter, every February, usually late February. So it's an indoor festival, of course. This year we have 10 venues. Actually, on Saturday we're doing, I think, 12 venues. So lots of choices of stages. They're all within about 3 blocks of each other. It's a wristbanded festival, so you get a wristband for the day or 2 days or all 3 days, and you can then wander in and out of all the venues and see all the different artists.
Excellent. And what can people expect at this year's festival that's different from past years?
Well, certainly bigger. We expect more people, which is why we added more venues this year. I think the level of talent is higher than it's ever been across the board. And as always, we do a real variety of music, anywhere from blues to jazz, a little bit of funk and soul, folk, Americana, rockabilly, a little bit of everything, even some country this year.
Awesome. And who are some of the acts that you're particularly excited for this year?
Well, that's a loaded question because I helped book this whole schedule, and to me it's very personal. I love a lot. I mean, basically every band that's coming, I think they're fantastic. But who are the highlights, and who would maybe some people recognize, or maybe some people don't recognize, but they should see? Again, I think everybody. But I literally have to print this out because it's such a long list. There's a band that we did before called Mara, and we're bringing them back. They were just so well received, and it's the original lineup, and it's a really popular, I would say Americana would be the best way to describe them. Really cool band. I mean, one of the biggest bands we're doing is a legendary band, it's Maceo Parker, and he's bringing a full sax. Well, he's a sax player, but he brings a full horn band in. You're talking a 12-piece band on the main stage of the convention center on a Friday night. And Maceo, he started out as a young player with James Brown's band, and he's played with Prince, and he's played with everybody. Like he's a A-list player, and he travels with the very best musicians. And even if you're not familiar, you're going to be blown away.
Great. And Sam, who are you excited to see this year?
Well, I'm with Rich. Every one of these acts is almost like family to us, because we admire them so much. So it's hard to pick favorites. You wouldn't want to pick your favorite son or daughter, But there's a fellow named Sam Baker who's coming this year that I'm very excited about. A friend turned me on to him. I listened to it, and 4 songs into the CD, I called Rich. I'm like, you got to hear this guy. There's a small band coming from Chicago. Only played this area once before. They're called the Oh My's, and they're just great soul and funk band. Young guys, really remarkable talent, but I could go on and on. There are a ton of acts I'm excited about this year.
Great. And this year, Sunday is a new day for Roots and Blues, right? And then the Sunday brunch activities as well?
Right. So every year we do a survey after the festival. What did you like about the festival? What would you like to see different? And the number one request was we added a third day, or Sunday. And I think this is particularly helpful for people who are traveling in from out of town, and they like to make a weekend vacation of it, so they stay in all the local hotels. And looking at other blues and roots festivals in the country, Sunday's a popular day to do what's called a Sunday brunch. And we have 3 of them going on. We're doing a gospel brunch in the convention center. So we'll have 3 different gospel acts, and we're going to finish that off with the McCaskey Gospel Choir, just because they're local and we think they're fun and they're good, and we want to give them a shot. We're going to do a blues brunch with some really heavy hitters in the blues field, and that'll be at the Elks Lodge. And then also the Tellus 360 is going to do a brunch with Vinegar Creek Constituency, which is an Americana, folk, jazz, a little bit of rock and roll band, string band. Really good guys, great players.
Great. And there's still some big announcements to come as well, right?
Yeah, we have a couple more very special guests to be announced, and I can't even tell you when it's going to happen. We're just going to surprise the people probably in December.
Great.
So, right.
Well, be sure to check back with LNP as more information becomes available on Roots and Blues 2016.